Yes,
The
yes.
secondary data maybe you find out through different researches, maybe from Hungary, maybe from other countries. You extract those variables or those data. Okay, some said like this, some said like this. But according to my context, according to my country context, when I asked the interviewers, I found this and this and this and this.
Okay.
If all these statements are strengthening your secondary data findings, then you can say that, okay, according to Hungary, whatsoever researches we found, that study also applicable to our country as well, because I also find from my interview like this. Or for example, the research Mr. Chan said for this Chinese context and African context, the one band world tour is very nice, and it will improve your railway tracks and all that stuff. So according to our interview finding, primary data finding, we also find out that Mr. X is also saying this. So this confirm, use these kind of very fancy research terms. Mr. Chan, research also confirmed in the context of Serbia, as we have found from our primary data from Mr. X, answers to the interviews, and Mr. Y, Z also, they also confirm this kind of, arguments, and we confirm that.
Is that going into secondary data or into primary data?
So primary data is the what you have collected, that is interview or the questions you ask. Secondary data is that you already found from internet, the newspapers, researches, you extract those researches, and that's it.
Okay, I understand. Just because, so secondary data is then like, because I didn't mention it now, but I've already written it, I can add. But just for example, if that study confirms this, or maybe should I write it in a conclusion? Because I don't really know where.
You can write it down in conclusion as well. Very nice.
Yes.
Good point.
Okay.
Good point.
Okay. Because then it makes sense, like there to like conclude, to add like.
And in conclusion, you also mention your research questions. Okay.
Yes, I added research questions. Just to tell you, it's not in this paper. I added today 3 more that are connected also to the relations.
Very nice. You can also mention that this research question was also, you can write it on the question, and you can answer. Okay, the research question was like this, and I have explained it into that part, explaining a little bit more explanation. The more part you can go to that page and find out, but it's a little bit brief. You can also explain there. Different strategies you can use, right? I hope you get my point.
I understand, because for now I think this secondary data is good, but then in conclusion I will conclude that and write it. Obviously it's going to be a little bit more.
In primary data, make it more beautiful, more graphic. Okay.
I also added what you've told me. I was listening. I added many connecting words in the secondary data, so I don't have to write it again. But I was listening from a previous, what you've told me from the primary data, from the literature review, everything how you told me. And I also added as many like tables and the graphs you can see through it. I also added them because you've told me, so I think that should be fine. And I will make 1 or 2. I will see when I get the primary data where I can add like 1 or 2. And I think
there also should be more graphs and tables and pictures in your conclusion as well, because that is what you have done to extract it. Because why I'm focusing on this graphical stuff, because it gives the judges and the readers an overview that what have you done, right? Rather just seeing long pages and long pages, it gives you a nice view, and it gives a psychological, a benefit to the, researcher that, okay, this researcher has done very well.
Yes, I will try to add. If not, I will text you if I have any problem for the conclusion or anything, but I don't think it should be a problem. I will try my best to add then some graphs or tables. I will see how am I going to conduct. I didn't think about it
Okay.
yet.
What is the next
But
possible time you can get, you can send me the complete version. I want to read that. And then I'm
of
going to tell
course,
you that whether
I mean, for
this,
sure. I will even send you now, if you want me to, after we finish the meeting, I will also send you now what I've done today, what I added
I'm
and
more interested
changed.
in overall stuff, so that because I will, read thoroughly and give you evaluation on that.
Yes, I will. I will even after the meeting. I will send you this paper just so
Hmm.
you can see. You don't have to then look at this one, but the other one for secondary
Sure.
data and the references and everything. And then I will take maybe, let's say, maximum a week
Mm-hmm.
maximum to finish everything, because even tomorrow no problem I can write, but I can write like a brief conclusion
Mm-hmm.
and recommendations, which shouldn't be hard. I mean, recommendations are just, what do I recommend,
Mm-hmm.
but I will concentrate, and the abstract too. I can write, but then in conclusion, at the end, once I get the primary data, because the primary data should take me one day actually, just copy
Mm-hmm.
paste. I mean, it's not that easy. That's what someone said. So maybe
Okay.
if I change the grammar a little bit, and if I conduct everything and maybe make graphs like today. So in a week, I expect to finish
Okay. But I need to give you the evaluation on maximum on
and
23rd of October.
on 23rd.
That's why
Okay.
the best possible scenario is for you that you write an email to the office asking 2 or 3 days extension.
Yes, because I will I will send you the paper to have something. I was talking to other,
Mm-hmm.
of course, that I don't want to depend on other people, of course, or
Mm-hmm.
not to like compare myself. But I know that I'm it kind of makes me a little bit calmer that I'm just in some advantage,
Mm-hmm.
like that I can finish on time. And of course, I will send you what I done by 23rd. But I also thought I wanted to ask you, because the theses are by November 4th, then can I even post it after into turn it in till November 4th for you to see it? I mean, go through it from
Yes.
first to from
Till
start to end.
November 4th, that would be your final version, non-editable, okay? Before
Yes, of course,
4th of November, you can add it,
of course.
okay? Okay.
Yes, yes. Okay. So I will just send you now even the paper,
You
just
sure
maybe if
send me
you.
the second version of your final draft, and try to send your full, all those stuff before 23, because 23 is the day when I actually have to write down the conclusion, the evaluation, and send it to the office. If you send me on 23, then it will be really hard for me to give you evaluation, proper evaluation. You understand? So make a deadline for yourself 22.
Okay, I will give for myself 22. But if I get, what do I do if I got the interview after? Maybe I can ask the office because of the interviews. It will say that I've written
You can
everything.
just send the
I don't know
email
who
that I
is in
have like
charge.
booked the, my
Yes,
interview
but I'm
is
pretty
scheduled
sure
in the
that they
book.
would give me 4 more days or something just so
Yeah,
I
sure.
conclude everything. I don't see it as a big deal. I mean, it's not like I missed something in writing. I just have to wait for someone
Okay, okay,
to
okay. Very
actually.
nice. So just
Yeah.
let me, check your second draft you send me right now, and I will be,
Yes.
waiting for your total, complete
Final.
draft
Okay.
before 23. I hope it would be on 22 of October. Okay?
Okay, that's fine. Yes. Yes. Thanks a lot.
Okay. See you. Bye bye.
Perfect. Thank you. Bye. Bye.